Hey guys, David Cordero from PassTheGuitar.live bringing you another song tutorial. And in this video, we're going to be working on a brand new song by Billie Eilish, Your Power. This song is great because with 3 chords, 1 chord progression and 1 strumming pattern, you can play the entire song. And that's basically what we're going to be doing for this lesson. We're going to be covering a beginner's basic version of the song. But don't worry, I'm also going to share with you a few things you can add to your playing so the sound can get as close as possible to the original recording. And that's all you need before we start this lesson. And if you are ready, you know the drill. Let's waste no more time and dive right in. Alright, let's start by taking a look at the list of chords we're going to need for this song. And it's only 3. We need F major 7. You can play like this. This is the basic version, 3 fingers, and you strum from the 4th string down. I'm gonna be playing this way, so that my 3rd finger is here on the 5th string 3rd fret, and my pinky is here on the 4th string 3rd fret, and I can strum from the 5th down. And if you want to challenge yourself and you feel comfortable bringing your thumb up here to play the low F, you can play all the strings. Well, the other 2 chords are A minor and E minor. And that's all you need. 3 chords, and you even have a few options for the F major 7. You pick and choose whatever suits you better. For this video, I'm going to do things a little bit different than the way I usually do. First of all, I'm going to cover the basic strumming pattern and the basic chord progression so that we know what we need in order to play this entire song in its basic form. After that, I'm going to share with you guys a few things you can add to the playing so you can get as close as possible to the original sound. So let's start by taking a look at the basic strumming pattern. And it's this one here. Super nice, a 1-bar phrase. The strumming pattern is very similar to a very well-used strumming pattern out there. So I'm gonna play it first. Make sure you listen to the sound and to the way that I'm counting. Here we go. 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Nice and easy. Make sure you pay attention that my right hand just keeps moving and I go down on the 3rd beat even though I'm not playing. That helps you swing and really get the strumming patterns a lot easier, a lot faster. Well, now let's plug in a chord. Let's use F major 7. You pick whichever you want to use. Here we go. 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now that we have the basic strumming pattern, let's take a look at the chord progression we're going to be playing for the entire song. And it's this one here, a 4-bar phrase. It starts with 2 full measures of F major 7. And then after that, you have a full measure of A minor, ending with a full measure of E minor. That's it. That's all you need. Now let's plug in that basic strumming pattern and get all ready to play this entire song. Let's play this chord progression 2 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and F major 7. A minor, 2, and 4, and 1, E minor, and 4, and down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and... I hope you guys are enjoying this tutorial so far, and don't forget, if you're new to this channel, subscribe, click on that bell, and like this video. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or requests for any type of content you'd like to see me covering in this channel, leave me a comment and I'll get right to it. And now that we covered all the basic things you need in order to play this entire song, I'm now going to share a few things you can actually learn in order to get your sound as close as possible to the original recording. And the first thing is a variation on the strumming pattern for the intro, choruses, and the outro. Let's take a look at it first. And here you have it. It's the same chord progression, but now you can notice that the first two measures, the two measures of F major 7, we do have a slight variation. The first measure seems just like the basic strumming pattern, but then it varies a little bit with the second measure. Then when we get to A minor, we go back to that basic strumming pattern. So let's focus on the first two measures. I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna play it first with muted strings, so make sure you pay attention to the sound, but also the way that I'm counting. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, and 2, and 3, and 4, and down, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. That's it. Let's plug in that F major 7, and now you can hear that it sounds so much closer to the original recording. Here we go. 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, and 4, and down, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. Now let's play the entire chord progression. And don't forget that when we go to A minor, we go back to that simple basic strumming pattern that we worked previously. All right, let's do this chord progression 2 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and down, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. The second thing you can add to get closer to the original recording is also part of the chorus's intro and outro. Same chord progression we've been doing, so we're gonna keep the strumming pattern we just worked on previously now with the 2-bar phrase for F major 7 and then going back to the original strumming pattern for A minor and E minor. So what we can add here is a couple hammer-ons that they actually do on the original recording. We're gonna do one on the first measure for F major 7, and we're gonna do another hammer-on on the measure of A minor. And the hammer-on happens right on the first beat. So we actually play quarter note for the first beat, but the hammer-on makes it sound like we're playing eighth notes, because we're gonna play first open, and we're gonna play the 3rd string open, and we're gonna hammer on that 3rd string 2nd fret on end after 1. So 1 and 1 and. So it's just 1 strum down. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 2 and 4 and. For A minor, we're gonna hammer on the same string and on the same fret, on the 3rd string and on the 2nd fret. But we're gonna be using our 3rd finger for that, because that's the finger that is covering that note already. And it's on the same place, on the first beat of that measure. So it goes 1 and. So 1 strum down on 1, and then on end you hammer down that note. 1 and. So together it sounds like this. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. One more time. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and... That's it. 2 hammers, one on the first measure for the F major 7 and another one on the third measure for A minor. Now let's put everything together, which is the strumming pattern we just did previously and the hammer-ons, and play this chord progression a couple times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and... Nice! And the last thing I'm gonna share with you is something that you can do for the verses and pre-choruses. Because actually on the verses and pre-choruses, they play with some muted strings for the strumming. Strumming pattern is the same basic strumming pattern that we learned all the way in the beginning of this video, but we're gonna mute some of the hits that we do. Basically, we're gonna mute every time we strum down, and then we unmute when we go up, which we only have 2 up strums anyways, one on and after 3 and on and after 4, the very last hit of the strumming pattern. So I'm gonna show you how it sounds like with F major 7. So pay attention to it, to the way that I'm counting, and also to my hand here muting and unmuting. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. That's it. You notice that all my down strums were muted, and I kept my hand here. Don't forget, mute with this part of your hand. Make sure that you're on top of the strings, but as close as possible to the bridge. Pretty much I have my hand on top of the bridge here, but you gotta be on top of the strings. And if you don't know necessarily, just check the sound for muting. If you get too close to the sound hole, you don't have almost any sound, and if you get too far away and don't touch the strings, you're not gonna be muting. So it's something that you gotta try where the sweet spot is. And then when I play the ups, I was opening up, so I was releasing my hand from the strings. But one tip that I can give you guys is when you play those up strums, make sure you're not trying to strum everything. Make sure you're trying to focus only on a couple or a few strings, like me I'm doing here on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So instead of 1, 2, not trying to do too many strings here. This is really gonna help you with the strums, with palm muting and also opening up. Let's practice by plugging in the entire chord progression and the rest of the chords. Here we go. 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up. And now that we covered all of the basic things you need, plus this extra stuff that I just shared with you, it's time for us to put what we learned to practice on a playthrough demo. And you can pick and choose whatever you want to use. If you are comfortable with the basic chords and the basic strumming pattern, use that. If you want to try out any or all of the things that I just shared with you extra, that you can get your sound as close as possible to the original recording, try that as well. I'm gonna be mixing up everything so that you guys can hear a little bit of what it sounds with each one of those things getting added. Well, I'm gonna do a chorus, and I'm also gonna do a verse along with the pre-chorus. The verse and pre-chorus are gonna be together, right? So let's start with the chorus. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2. try not to abuse your power. And 1, 2, I know we didn't choose to change. And 4 and 1, 2, you might not want to lose your power. And 4 and but having it so strange. And 4 and 1, 2 and 4. Nice. Now let's do that verse and pre-chorus all together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. She said you were a hero, you played the part, but you ruined her in the ear. Don't act like it was hard, and that's why you didn't know. No wonder why you didn't ask. She was sleeping in your clothes, and now she's gotta get you class. How dare you? 1, 2, 3. And how could you? Will you only feel bad when they find out if you could take it all back? Would you? And that's a wrap for this lesson. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a lot. And don't forget to check out our channel where you can find tons of lessons and tutorials on songs and content in music and guitar. My name is David Cordero, and I'll see you guys on another video.